thing of the show. NieR Replicant version. Let me get this.
1.2247484484139.
Did you do that off memory? And did you forgot the dot 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 repeating?
Oh yeah, no,
You
because
got
it's
to put
because it's
that.
what's the word with the numbers so large that it's not irregular, but it's like a
Crap. It's not a Googleplex, but
no,
I can't
it's
remember.
undefined. It's undefined
It's
number, something like that.
undefined,
Yeah.
undefined numbers. So, NieR Replicant finally has come out, version 1.22. We'll just short into that from now on. It, it really is a remaster. A lot of things happen, but it came out, I believe, on the 24th worldwide. It was, I
It
believe, the
was
date.
Friday for me in Japan. No, it was Friday night. I can't remember anymore.
Oh
I
yeah,
had to
yeah.
wait till like 1 in the morning or something, so it must have been Saturday or Friday or something like that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was April 24th. But if you were here in Japan, you got the PlayStation version. It
If you
was,
bought it on console, it was like a Thursday for us,
yeah,
22nd or something. Yeah.
it's the 22nd over here. So
Yeah.
a lot of people were having a great time with the game. I'm going to
Yeah,
put
on
the
console. Yeah, we got
on
a fucking
console.
yeah on
On
console.
console.
Yeah.
A lot of people on console are having a wonderful time with the game. And I mean, like, I just want to hear like your impressions, not of the technical issues at this point, but just like what you felt when you kind of started the game up. And I've got the opening trailer running right now, or a trailer for the game.
It's
But I
good. I
mean,
don't know. I mean, to be honest, I actually haven't played much of it. I played like 40 minutes only because I had to fix the fucking issue with frame rate. And then
mm.
after that, I was like, okay, good night.
Oh
And then
no.
like Saturday, yeah, then Saturday came around. Then I didn't play on Saturday. I was doing something else on Saturday. And then Sunday was, also I'm not playing near. So I haven't
I
played
mean,
much of it. So I will get around to it though. But yeah.
I mean, the game has. I've watched a streamer who was playing it. I don't want to spoil myself on it because I do want to actually play it. But I was watching him play it, and I got to say, like I mean, the game is, of course, based off of the original. It is a
It's a remake kind of
remake
master
remaster kind
of
of thing.
one of the near versions. Yeah.
Right,
A
right.
lot of you guys, probably a lot of people in North America or English speaking regions don't know this, but there's two versions of Nier in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
There's Nier Replicant and then Nier Gestalt. Nier Replicant was on PS3 and features a protagonist who's a brother.
Right.
And then Nier Gestalt was on the Xbox 360 and features a protagonist who is a father, but is otherwise the same story, right?
Right. Right.
So that's PS3 and Xbox 360, two different versions. When the game came out in English, the game was just called Nier
Right.
and released for the PS3 and maybe the 360 as well, and only
And,
featured Daddy Nier. There was no brother Nier.
right. Right.
Right. And then this version, the remake, remastered version 1.22, features the brother Nier,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no more Daddy Nier. So sorry, Daddy Nier fans, he's not around anymore.
People, do they? I wonder if they like justify like why he's just gone. Like if they,
Well, it's the same story. The
it's the
reason
same story.
is the same story. So they're like, okay,
Okay. Okay.
we're just going with this one. Is yeah.
Hey, whatever you gotta do. I mean, like you can see even in this trailer, like if because a lot of people, of course, came in through Automata, right?
A lot of new people. A lot of new people.
a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't play this game or any of the previous games that Yoko Taro has
So
made.
Drakengard, right?
Drakengard, like
Yeah.
honestly, I played a demo of Drakengard and I was like, what is this again? Like some of them didn't control as well. There's issues with them, but they're all cult classics. Essentially, is what you kind
Hmm.
of would say. And I mean, but you can see how a lot of the stuff that like, I personally, I love the character design in Automata. I love the music. There's a lot of things that I loved that are still just like, hey, this stuff was already there. Like
Yeah.
that DNA
Yeah. Yeah.
was there, and you can kind of see it already. And I don't know, like, I think people should definitely give it a shot, even if you haven't played Automata, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the game that comes before Automata, so go ahead and play it, and then Automata if you want to.
And we're still gonna get those nice the voice acting. I think is was
The
that's
original actors, yeah, they brought them
the
back.
original actors.
Yeah,
I know that they some of the changes that they made in this game is that they actually re-recorded.
probably. I
Uh,
think I don't know what in English, but in Japan they re-recorded all the lines.
that's I mean like that's I mean it's not insane or anything by any means, but I mean it just goes to show you like how much they actually put into remastering this game. So I'm looking at some of the changes. I just brought them up on the screen, but some of the changes that they did so far. Of course, the battle system, they updated it so that,
It
and I don't
feels
know,
pretty good, yeah.
it feels pretty good. Were you able to get into any battles
Yeah, I mean,
after?
I basically did like the combat tutorial. That's the first thing you do in the game, really. So, it plays well. I've never played OG NieR, so I can't say how different it is, but it's
Hmm.
similar to Automata at the very least. So you have a light attack and you have a heavy attack,
Okay.
and then you have a floating thing behind you for other types of
The
attacks. So
I think in this game they're like what, they're magic, is that the
it's like
thing?
it's
It's
magic, yeah,
okay. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, so that's a thing, and so that'll help you feel, if you've come in from Automata, that'll help you feel more in it. And then of course, like they redid textures. I think there's
Like all the
DLC.
textures, like pretty much, yeah, like every single texture. It's crazy.
Yeah, DLC is going to be coming in here again. Like you said, they redid the voice acting, at least for the Japanese part, and maybe even some of the English dialogue. And of course, I do remember this because I was reading it somewhere that uh, the guy who does the music was just like, yeah, that because like their PR, they're so jokey, like they're so
Hmm.
you can never tell when they're serious or when they're not serious because they're. But anyways, he was like, yeah, so like I was just gonna like remaster a couple things and it was gonna be
Right.
great. And then Yoko Taro was like, nah, bro, you need to step your game up. He's like, step my game up, man. What is this dude talking about, essentially? And he's like, okay, fine. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll re-record every darn track on this
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah. So the soundtrack is remastered. Yeah.
Oh man, which is I don't know. I gotta say, like, they really do put a lot of cool little, I don't know, love into the series, uh, which just stands out to me, honestly.
Yeah, sorry, the soundtrack is super, super, super good.
Hmm.
So I never played OG, right? But like Automata, like one of the best things about Automata is the killer soundtrack, right?
The killer, yes,
It's so good. So I'll probably end up buying Replicant's soundtrack,
the soundtrack.
the remaster. You can go ahead, like the soundtrack for OG NieR is in the wild. Go ahead and buy that right now. Go ahead.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you there's an orchestral album of NieR and Automata, like as a single album, just tracks from both games. That's
Ooh.
already it was released like 2 years ago. Go ahead and buy that. Like it's really good. So
I mean, I gotta say, the music, that was the thing. Like, okay, so I guess we should explain what on earth NieR is. Not like a full story or anything, but it is an action RPG. Just lay it out there for people who might not know. But it is an action RPG, and you are, if you're familiar with any type of platinum game, action
mhm.
game, you're going to be doing that. Now the RPG mechanics come in where your weapons, you can level them up, you can level up, I assume that's still the thing, you level up your weapons
You level up your character.
and you
Yeah,
level
yeah,
up your
all
character,
that stuff. Yeah.
and there's story quests and things like that. It is an open world.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, if you like any of those kind of games, not just specifically JRPGs, not just Japanese RPGs, but just like a good story, that's what
Like
these games
a
are.
good story and a good like I would say like satisfying combat system. It's not like Devil May Cry deep,
It's
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's satisfying, and you don't have to worry about being good at the game, if that makes any sense.
Right. It's not fucking like Ninja Gaiden or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not gonna murk you. I mean, there might be some tough fights, but for the most part, you can press
Yeah.
buttons and have fun. Uh, but yeah, so I was looking at this message from Yoko Taro and Yosuke Saito
Mhm.
about the game, when it launched, and yeah, I mean, just to give you a flavor about the guys who do this game, the creative
Yeah, Yoko Taro's
director.
hilarious. I love him.
I almost wanted to read all of this entire quote, but it's too long. But it's like, hello there, everyone. Yoko Taro, creative director of NieR version 1.2247. We'll just leave that there. Here,
Yep.
this game is a version upgrade of the title released 10 years ago under the name of NieR. That's right. It's not a remake or a remaster. It's a version upgrade. In the beginning, I only intended for it to be a remaster for you, with some improved resolutions and that. But once I started saying that I would like to tweak the models a bit, or that I wanted to fix up the backgrounds, etc., we were soon looking at a lot of it fixes and improvements. And this part got me right here. It's like, I mean, Square Enix recently did that remake of Final
Yeah, yeah,
Fantasy
yeah.
VII, right? I saw that and I thought it would be terribly inconvenient to be compared to such a massive blockbuster. So that's when I decided to call it Replicant version 1.22 repeating, version upgrade. Incidentally, the big string of numbers on the end of the title was just something that I stuck on randomly, so I wouldn't think too hard about it if I were you. It's like, what
Yeah, that's funny.
the fuck? But yeah, I mean, where did I get this quote? Actually, this is from, I believe this is from Square Enix's blog itself. So If you go to squareenixgames.com, go check it out. It's really funny. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I
All I can say.
mean, Yoko Taro himself is like a really funny dude. There's a famous tweet that he had a couple years ago where he said like, "NieR Automata almost never got made because I didn't want to get up in the morning." I'm like, man, I feel that guy. Like, that guy's like my spirit animal is Yoko Taro. He's really funny. He's a really funny
he
guy.
did
Yeah.
not want. He's like, yeah, I didn't want to, get
He's
up
like, I
in the
didn't want to
morning.
get up, so I almost didn't just even bother making the game. Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. And even in this, he's like, yo, Square, don't expect this thing to sell blockbusters. I mean, did you look at the other stuff I made? Didn't exactly sell well.
Yeah, like Drakengard. Yeah, exactly.
You just
But
go to a
I wonder
warehouse.
if the Automata was such a huge ass hit, like a surprise hit for so many people, and then it's caused a lot of renewed interest in the NieR franchise.
Right,
Being
right.
2 games basically, but and now a mobile game. But I wonder if Replicant sells decently well, which it is on track to beat Automata, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at least on Steam. Then we might maybe in this crazy world get like remasters of
Drakengard, which
wild.
would be wild. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. So this is the thing. Like, do you think NieR fans would want Drakengard?
Yeah. Why not?
Remakes like that. I mean, the gameplay is completely different. I mean, it's
Yeah,
you're
it's
flying. It's
completely
How to Train Your
different.
Dragon.
I think it's just like if you appreciate the games he makes, it's kind of like there are people who are fans of Metal Gear, and then there are fans who are fans of Hideo Kojima, right? So
I think this is. I mean, like if you look at it, yeah, I think that's a good way of looking at it. I think you called them like what kind of like film auteurs kind of thing. Like, the directors, like if you like Steven Spielberg, you're going to watch every Steven Spielberg film, whether you like it or hate it.
right, but you could only be into like one of his films, really. It's not
Right.
not him as director per se, but yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes he's a producer, but even for this, and I, there are very few game directors that people know by names or creators.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's true. That's true. Yeah.
What
I mean, I could only think of maybe 6 off the top of my head, really.
what 6 can you think of?
I would say like Yuji Naka, Yu Suzuki, Hideo Kojima, Cliff Blazinski, because was at
Years
least
was.
a huge guy. He was out there, and then like that's only 4 shit.
This man,
That's gotta be more. I guess
you know,
like
you know me,
yeah,
man. You know,
the guy from Kingdom Hearts.
oh shit, no! All right, we got Tetsuya Nomura.
Yeah,
You want me to give it-
that's his name. That's his name. Fucking hell.
You got your boy. Crap, your boy from Smash.
Sakurai. Hironobu. Yeah, Hironobu Sakuguchi. Obviously, Final Fantasy.
From
Right,
Final
yeah.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Sakurai.
That's sick.
From...
Boom. That's it. Boom. That's I quit. That's
Oh, okay.
six.
You quit.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to Miyamoto, man. You didn't even get your boy Miyamoto.
Oh no,
Get,
yeah.
get your
actually
boy
didn't
Sid
I didn't
Meier.
think- yeah,
Will
Miyamoto,
Wright.
there you go.
They ain't
So
even
it's
there
7.
anymore.
We'll do 7 then. Yeah. Yeah.
But it goes to show you that there are people that you name Yuji Naka, creator of Sonic, but like, does
No,
anyone remember
creator
the?
of Balan Wonderland. What are you talking about? What's
Oh
Sonic?
man, throw that
Yeah,
shade, throw that
what is
shade under him,
What's
throw that
Sonic?
shade on that man.
Yeah.
It is all just a distant memory.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what it goes to show is that there are designers that you just don't know for games that you really love, and for him to be recognized, he's I don't know if he's a writer. He's like the scenario writer mainly, right? Game director, but mainly.
Yoko Taro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he does, dude. I don't know what Yoko Taro does. Yoko Taro does what Yoko Taro does. Yeah.
This man does what he does.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? It has in the chat.
yeah,
He's saying
Tekken,
Harada-san with Tekken.
Yeah.
Daisuke for Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah, Ishiwatari. Ishiwatari.
Ishiwatari Daisuke, yeah.
But he also does the soundtrack, which is amazing.
That
by
man,
the way,
that man's like, I actually just wanted to make a game where I could also play my own
play
music in
the
it.
guitar. He can shred. That man shreds.
That man
guy
shreds. You might not know
Yeah.
what he's saying every once in a while. You'd be like, what, smell of the game? Okay, I got you, but your heart is blazing, but your heart
Yeah.
is raising. What
Well,
do you,
no, I mean, like, so the lyrics are kind of bad, but like the guitar is so like the soundtrack to Guilty
so
Gear
good.
XX so good,
so good.
so good. Like,
So good.
oh man, like yeah, the X and XX soundtracks are so good.
Oh man, but they did. I gotta say, Yoko Taro and also I believe the producer. Maybe there was a stream on the 19th Yeah, Mr. Saito. They revealed that there was a game, I guess, a couple years ago, two games that they are apparently working on for not specifically NieR, but just that Yoko Taro is working on. And the only clues that we have, he just, I mean, why is this written on a sheet of paper? Like, what is this crap? I gotta like look at this in Japanese.
But
It's so
why is that
small.
YouTube video pulled? So I scroll up.
I can't scroll. Oh no, it's with Pocket. For some reason, it doesn't open the videos in the actual.
Oh, okay.
So I've got to
I
open
was
it
like, I
somewhere
thought
else.
the video got pulled or something. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
well,
man, what happened there?
but
Yeah.
no. So the new project they're working on that there's no release date or anything, but it's just like, hey, it's gonna be an indie game, gonna be downloadable. There might be a physical release. Hey, look forward to it. Cool things. More Yoko Taro, written on a
Yeah.
sheet of paper. Like I don't get this.
What's
Choto
on a sheet of paper?
indies.
That's like a
Choto indies point. It might be a little bit like an indie game.
I mean, I feel like all of his games are indie games. They're just wild. I wonder, like, honestly, Yoko Taro is pretty crazy. And I wonder if you gave him an infinite budget, like Konami gave Kojima an infinite budget. I wonder what he would come up with. Like, what would Yoko Taro, like, what would he?
What would you
What would
want
that
him to
man
make? What would you want to
What
see?
I want him to make? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
What would you want to
do,
see?
just I don't know. Action RPG was fine, but do more of the games where I consider my life choices and more girls with cute butts. Like that's fine. I'm okay
Apparently,
with that.
this girl.
Like,
Oh wait, is her name Kane? Is her name Kane? Kayane? It's
that's
not
Kaine,
Kayane.
I think. Yeah,
Kaine.
Kaine. Yeah.
I guess that's who Ehe was talking about. Best girl from the series because I just saw
Yeah.
a glimpse of the trailer and I was like,
Yeah, she's
does
funny.
that
She's really funny. Yeah.
no? But does that girl not have like pants on or something? Like what? I mean, she has pants on, but like
No.
on the back there, I was just like, what is that? What? What's this?
She's got a skimp outfit. I mean, it's a popular outfit. You can download it as DLC for 2B in Automata.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I would love. So I'm still on the VR train. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still on the VR train. I would love for this man to make a good VR game where you consider your choices, like he said.
And you can look at 2B's butt. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Sure. I mean, yes, you can get the actual size proportions if you want to go that. I'm sure they would put that in there. I'm just saying, you can make life choices, and I think the story and the music, all of that stuff would be there, right? Just the
Right.
combat might be kind of jank, which that's fine. Maybe doesn't need combat. Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't played. Actually, I haven't even played the one on mobile. What's the one on mobile called?
Reincarnation.
Yeah, I haven't even played that yet.
I finally uninstalled it.
Oh, you just downloaded it, but you didn't even play it. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad. Like I have a habit that I just don't play mobile games. I don't know if anyone else.
Yeah,
in the
same,
chat,
same.
like,
I
it's just
have
hard
on my
for me
phone right
to.
now. I have like Punishing Grey Raven, Arc Knights, FGO, Honkai Third Impact, Genshin Impact, D4 DJ, NieR Pokemon Go, Project Sekai Colorful World. Yeah.
How do you have so many? You have so many.
They look good to me, and I like don't play them.
I mean,
So, yeah.
they all that is the one thing I will say is like every mobile game in Japan, at least, they all have like either the same wonderful art style or something that's like different, but it still looks really nice. And you're like, oh, I'd love to try that out. And you're like, but I don't know if I'm going to actually play it.
Yeah.
But
D4
yeah.
DJ is really good for all my like Hololive fans. Not my fans, sorry, but
Oh yeah, I mean, you have Hollow Live
for all
fans.
the other Hololive
For the
fans,
future, for the future.
definitely play D4 DJ if you can, because there's a bunch of Hololive music like in that game.
Really,
it's pretty good.
really.
It's pretty good.
There
Yeah.
was a game I was watching. I think it was Gura. She was streaming that had her in it or something. I guess it's like it has a bunch of VTubers in it. It's like a platformer, kind of difficult. I believe it's free. It's like a free download. You can pay for it if you want
Not
to.
Muse Dash, no.
No, it's not Muse Dash. I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of it's like an indie game, but it looked really fun. Like literally when she jumps, she just says ah. She just,
That's funny.
when she's jumping all the time. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, moving on to just to hit on some of the issues you were talking about with so you were experiencing this issue with the frame rate now.
Yeah.
Can you explain it?
Yeah, super simply is that the game speed itself is tied to your frame rate. So on consoles, this isn't an issue because the console is like, I don't know if it's locked at 60, but it's at least capped at 60.
Right.
So as long as the game never goes over 60 frames per second, the game will run normally. But on PC, this is messed up. So the game basically, yeah, the game basically has no option for VSync, and it has no option to even limit your frame rate, which normally is a good thing. Like most PC games, like you don't want to limit your frame rate. If you have super powerful hardware and you have like a super high refresh rate monitor, go push those frames. It'll make your game look super smooth and it'll look really good. Right?
Yep.
But this game is the game speed is tied to the frame rate. So if the game goes over 60 frames per second, the game speeds up. The game actually gets faster. Combat gets faster.
Some of the animations just zippy dash for some reason.
You go so fast. Like if you have like a very powerful GPU, you're playing the game at like 1.5 or 2 times speed, which is really fast. And there's no way to limit your frame rate in the game to 60, so it plays normally. So you have to go to, I don't know about AMD driver. I don't have an AMD GPU, but if you have like an NVIDIA card, you can go to your NVIDIA driver software and just like set the EXE, the game itself, to be limited to like 58 frames per second, and then you'll be fine.
It's like almost like something you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, no,
it's kind of weird. That's a weird, easy thing to do. Like but just to have as an error.
Yeah. So the fact that the game shipped with that bug, I guess if you want to call it, it's just not even a bug. It's just like an unintended like behavior, really.
Right.
The way that because the game shipped like that tells me that for some reason on the development team, nobody had a monitor that went past 60 hertz. They're like, oh, I'm guessing all the monitors they had were 60 hertz and they were playing at like borderless windowed or something. So the refresh rate of the monitor was tied to the game frame rate. And then they're like, oh, it looks good. Game is fine. Never testing like full screen and never testing a high refresh rate monitor. Just like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess the thing is that they were designing for console first. I think maybe the PC port was second, not like going in tandem.
It probably was second, yeah. But the thing is when they showed off the gameplay demo at TGS last year, it was running on a PC. So
why?
Yeah,
why?
I mean, what happened?
Because we just got through with. I mean, you can go and still check the reviews for NieR Automata on Steam. The review bond, the heck, it just goes recent reviews horribly bad. I mean. They've just got out of trouble with this, and this isn't, honestly, to be as frank, it's not like the previous issues where the game could barely run at 30
it's not super
FPS
shitty.
Or something. You know what I mean?
It's just like
it's not debilitating.
It's inconvenient to have to do this, and I would say probably maybe many PC gamers wouldn't think to do that. They wouldn't even know that, and they probably wouldn't even think anything's wrong. They would probably just be like, I've heard this game is good. I bought this cool gaming laptop that, or like my
it's
grandma
like overrunning
got me
it. It's like super running it.
Like, let's say like, well, my grandma got me this gaming laptop, for Christmas or whatever, and I heard this game called NieR is good, so I'm gonna buy it. And they just wouldn't even think that the game is like, oh, it's really fast.
It looks normal, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah,
it doesn't look broken to me. or they're just playing it on a 60 FPS. Monitor.
Screen, in which case then it would be fine. But yeah, anyways, point or not. Here's the thing though, because like even if you have a 60 hertz refresh rate monitor,
but if you don't have
you could still push over 60 frames and it would still play fast.
Right.
So like, yeah.
So the community is they're already on it. The mod community has already gotten some things. If you have the special K. Injectable.
Yeah, there's already mod for it. You can do the driver fix, which is like right clicked in two settings, or do the mod. Whatever, man.
Or do the mod, whichever works for you. And then apparently there's a way to, and I do have this issue on NieR Automata, is like when I have my controller plugged in, the cursor will be on the screen sometimes, and I have to like move it away. So this helps with that as well. And then apparently, turning off the internal VSync. I don't know what. I don't know.
Oh, turning off VSync?
Yeah, turning off.
Okay, well, I never played with
VSync. Apparently, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, but it's not too bad. Hopefully, hopefully Square-Enix will put out a patch.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Give it 4 years. Give it 4. Yeah, I'll be 2025. They 2025 when they get 20. Yeah. Okay. Good job.
I mean, they can re-release the game again with the ultimate, patch included for it. Hey, they're working on it at the same time they're working on the current patch. It's all good. Yeah. It's all good.